in many ways, many reasons, many cases, there are many individuals that will come through our pipeline, our Calendly, and they want to set up an appointment to see how we can work with them, how we can help them, how we can scale them up. But there's usually one emotion or one concept that is the thread that I can tell you right away off the bat is the reason why that individual or those individuals with that one thing will never actually make it to the big league. And today, I'm going to expose some of the things that you need to understand that is happening in here that is stopping you from creating your greatness. This is the ME Show.
On me, girls on me, on the dance floor, all eyes on me. Who will see? Then you better come get your girls off. All eyes on me, party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me, yeah, where the girls are. This is how your night will be. All eyes on me, all eyes on the prize. Money supersized, G5 super fly, fly should be supervised. Do or die, open up your eyes, head to the sky. Keep a mean bad mommy on the side. Make a tsunami, kamikaze on the mind. Spit flow, paparazzi flash shine. Get dough, champagne, Merlot. Cash and tango, in the VIP. Now she wanna touch her ankle. Get low, mueve mami como el dembow. All eyes on me, peeping through the window. Get mine, get yours, believe it or not. In the meantime, I'ma keep my eyes on the top. All eyes on me, drinks on me, girls on me, on the dance floor. All eyes on me, who will see? Man, you better come get your girls out. All eyes on me, party like a rock star. You can find me in VIP. All eyes on me, yeah, where the girls are. This is how your nights will be.
All eyes on me, indeed. Welcome to a brand new installment of the ME Show. My name is Ali Madawi, and I am your host with the Avocado Toast. And if you are ready to take it to the next level, let me know where you're chatting in from, where you're chiming in from, where you're watching it from. Are you live? Are you on a replay? And let's have a segment that I know for a fact has made a difference for me. In many cases, when I talk to individuals, literally all this week, the very first thing that a prospect tries to sell me on, that they're an established individual, or they have talent, or they have skills, or they have a process, or, they can create virality. And, I check out their profile. They don't have what they're claiming to be selling, or they talk about how successful they are. And when I look at their track record, there's no success signs in it whatsoever. And that's not because the person is a bad person. And fortunately, the core values of the individual, the operating system, is not in alignment with what needs to be in place in order for that person to be successful. Now, I'm not perfect and I don't know it all, but I'm going to share with you some of the things that have allowed me to create seven-figure businesses repeatedly over the years, that allowed me to have equity and ownerships in multiple different companies, that has allowed me to, no matter the obstacles, the challenges, the hurdles, the bad partnerships or not, to always make it on top and always make my comeback the greatest comeback that's ever been. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's talk about the one thing that everybody wants to talk about and think it's the most valuable piece, which is motivation. When we talk about the word motivation, if you break it down, it means motive in action, right? So motive in action. So the motive in action, or the reason for acting a certain way, right? That's what every single one of us had. Like, there is a motivation for me to take my time and have this conversation with you today. Well, let's take the word motive. And what does it really mean? See, motive means, by definition, a hidden reason for doing something. A hidden reason for doing something. So what is hidden? By definition, when something is hidden, that means it is either concealed or it is unknown to the naked eye. Let's break it down to hidden. Hidden where? Where is that motive actually hidden? So let's get a little bit scientific on you. Is that okay? Can I talk to you about this thing called the brain, the 7 inches between your ear, the most powerful engine that has ever been created? Let's talk about it. So the neocortex, which is the area of the brain that creates the thoughts. Then there's the limbic brain, which is the area of the brain that creates emotions. And then you have the reptilian brain. These are different components of your brain that creates fear and negative reactions, that fight or flight kind of a behavior, right? So why am I breaking it down to 3 pieces? Because there is value in each one of those, and you can use it to your own benefit. So the word thoughts is where your motive is actually created. See, when I think about something beautiful, when I think about a big bag of money, or I think about a yacht, or I think about my whole family sitting on a feast on the table enjoying themselves, that's a thought. Therefore, that is the actual motive itself. The emotion, though, is, by the way, by definition, emotion is energy in motion. Like right now, I am transferring my emotion, or my energy rather, from me to you. So there's energy in motion. And when there is energy in motion, it sends specific chemicals to your genes to actually operate on your happy side, on your healthy side, on a perfect mind side. If you have the right thoughts, which create the right energy in motions, which create the right chemicals. So by default, when you feel somebody is pumped up, excited, and ready to go, that's because the thought or the thinking is in the right process, is in the right operating system. Therefore, everything is in perfect alignment for happiness, for health, for prosperity. It's a perfect mindset, if you will. When your thoughts are on the wrong side, your reptilian brain, and if you remember, your reptilian brain is the fear and the negative reactions, your reptilian brain will shoot what's called stress hormones. That's right. When you hear stress kills, because the actual hormone that is released when your reptilian brain is active, that's the hormone, and it does what? It shuts down and it clogs your nervous system. That's when fear contains your body. That's when you're reacting, thinking that something is bad. That's where skepticism comes from. That's where any negative emotion that you are feeling is coming from. So by default, you lose a sense of fulfillment. By default, you lose on all things that is fueled with abundance. You start to generate resentment and entitlement. You know any entitled people who feel like they deserve something just because they are breathing? They are entitled to have the greater thing in life without actually working for it, or let me rephrase that, without actually struggling for it. So you have to struggle and fail before you succeed. So where do we go from there? See, if you don't get the love that you want from those directly impacting you, aka parents, aka managers, uplines for those of us in network marketing, leaders, you start to lose that external party or system to get you to operate in the greater thing in life. And I'm here to tell you one thing and one thing only, ladies and gentlemen. As long as you are looking for another person or another thing, right, materialistic or another fulfilled human being, to create your happiness, you are operating in the wrong system. That is not the way to go. You will never be satisfied. How many people have won the lottery and committed suicide 2 years afterwards because they lost it all? How many celebrities that had talents and their artistic abilities were out of this world and did amazing things, and then they took their own lives in a hotel with their millions in their bank accounts? See, because they could not identify that internally, that internal person that they have, the software, because there's my body and then there is me. I am Ali Madawi. I am not my body. I am not my watch or my house or a car or anything like that. I am the internal being. That's the source of happiness that you have to tap into. So how do we impact the source of happiness? Why are most people right now around you not succeeding to the level that they want, or not succeeding at all? Is because their input system is derived from the wrong places. They're watching the wrong thing. They're reading the wrong thing. We call it input versus output. See, your body, your mind, your soul, your health, anything that you are in your existence is a matter of input and output. And whatever you put into it, I ate bad food, therefore I'm going to have something bad that's going to pop. It may be a zit, maybe a pimple, it may be a stomach ache, whatever it may be. If I were to watch the porn or any bad, horrible, things, that's not necessarily the healthiest thing for my relationship with my wife. Externally, at some point, that input that I have in my mind is going to be pushed onto my wife or onto my relationship. Bad, right? So what input are you putting in your body, your mind, your soul, your spirit? Let me know right now, what book are you reading? Let me know right now, what podcasts are you listening to? Let me know right now, which mentor are you following? Who is inspiring you and motivating you? Who's pouring onto you every single day? Another thing that you need to understand is a behavior that I do every single day, and my book is actually upstairs. I have two books actually. So one is the gratitude book, and the second one is just a diary. In the gratitude book, early in the morning, I am so happy and grateful now that, and I just let my mind just brain dump whatever comes to mind. I'm so happy and grateful now that all I wanted, desired, and wanted, I've received: health, wellness, happiness, abundance, success, excitement, experiences, family. I just go on and on and on, and I release that onto the world. That emotion, energy in motion. And when I tell my thoughts, like I just told you right now, the chemicals that are releasing from my brain inspire my body. See, I can't even contain myself. I gotta keep moving back and forth because the chemicals that are in my body right now are derived from my thoughts, and my thoughts are saying that everything is good. See, I might have a bad minute, I might have a bad moment, I might have a bad hour. Heck, I might even have a bad morning sometimes, but I will never have a bad day because I immediately reset. And when I reset, regardless of the outside way of things that are looking, regardless of what is working and what is not working, regardless of what I have and what I don't have, I always have a good day because it will impact not only the next day and the day after, but everybody around me. So, TV, books, radio, associations, environments, social media pages, whatever you follow, watch, like, comment on is in here. And I promise you, you are operating within those very same things you are watching in a very subconscious way. When people cheat in a relationship, they cheated in here way before they cheated physically. When people lied, they lied in here way before they lied audibly or verbally. When people pretend and fake it, they faked it in here. They lied to themselves. The idea of fake it till you make it, that's bull. Get that crap out of your mind. Don't fake it. Be the most authentic self that you are. One of my favorite conversations I had with two prospects last week and this week, and they told me straight up, listen, I'll be honest with you, I am in broke mode right now. I am in survival mode. I don't have much of any money that I can do anything with you, Ali. And I was like, man, I appreciate that you keeping it real with me. So let's figure out some of the things that I can advise you to go and do on your own right now that can create a little bit of revenue. And when you're ready, come back, and then you can use our team for whatever you would need. That is someone that I respect forever. Most would say, oh yeah, we do this and we do that and we're successful, and they'll fill out a survey that they're making $5,000 and $10,000 a month. And when we're sitting and trying to figure out how we work together, and I usually ask, so what's your budget to make this project come to life? And they'll say something like, well, I'm supposed to rank advanced next month, and I should be making $5,000 to $10,000 a month. And I usually ask, but you said you were already making that. No, that's for the future. Well, you lied to me and you lied to yourself. And that's why you're never going to make it to the next level. So it is extremely important for you to watch your input. So let's go back to journaling and writing your gratitude. So in the morning, I am so happy and grateful now, and you write it down. And then at nighttime, you are documenting the greatness that happened in your life with gratitude. No matter what, I am so happy and grateful now that I only lost $300 in my last trade. I'm so happy and grateful now that I only had one argument with my wife today instead of a whole bad day. I'm so happy and grateful now that I only scraped my knee instead of breaking my whole leg. See, there's always perspective. I used to feel bad for the person that had no shoes until I met the person that had no feet. Be grateful for where you are. Be grateful you're able to see and hear. Be grateful you have a cell phone. So while you're feeling down and saying, I am not successful at all, man, get out of here, bro. You don't know what not being successful is because you never lived it. There is no such thing as failure. There is only process, journey, and moving forward. So wherever you may be and are in right now, it is just a foundation to go up. So look up, stop looking down, flush the toilet and get the hell out. Stop lingering around the bathroom. Let it out. Go. Move on. All right. So make sure that you are always preparing to win. Make sure that you have routines. Make sure that you have systems in place. We call it a daily method of operation. Many of you, if you've worked, you know that one of my pride and joy that I do every single day is connecting with 30 people a day. Doesn't mean prospecting 30 people a day. I just make sure that if I see you in my timeline, you're getting, hey, I'm just checking on you. If you are commenting, liking, and sharing, hey, what's up? Thanks for the love. And I just keep it going and going and going and going repeatedly. And I do that because that's part of my DMO. That's part of my system. That's what I do every single day. What system, what DMO, what operational system that you are operating with every single day? Lastly, I got a list of 5 different things that I think if you apply them, you will have a chance at success. And I insist on a chance because success is not a one step and done. I loved when John C. Maxwell was asked by one of his students, at the end of the meeting, after the meeting, and he's like, Mr. Maxwell, Dr. Maxwell, I just have a question if you don't mind. And he's like, yeah, go for it. He goes like, if you were to Give me the one thing that I need to know in order to become successful. What would that be? And Dr. Maxwell said, "Dick closer over here, kid." He's like, "Are you ready for it? Because this is it. This is the absolute mic dropper." Like, yeah, I'm ready. And he came really, really close like this. And he said, "What you're going to need to understand, kid, is the one thing you need to know in order for you to be extremely successful is there are a lot more than one thing that you need to know in order for you to be successful." And that's true. Social media made it seem that it's so easy to become an entrepreneur. Social media and the digital space and hype marketers, for crying out loud, made it, oh, all you need is a funnel and you can make $1,000 an hour. Social media made it seem like, oh, if you use this song and this filter and this caption, you will go viral. Oh, if you go viral, you automatically become successful. And that's bull. BS. Beautiful stories. That's what BS stands for. What I ask of you is to make a decision to look inwards. Stop looking at the social media models. Stop looking at the social media gurus. Stop looking at that one person who's saying, oh, every trade that I make makes me money. Bull. And here's how I prove it to you. Anybody talking about Bitcoin today like they were talking about it about a year and a half ago when it was $60,000 and climbing? No, right? You know why? Because those gurus will only talk to you about social media and investing when the numbers are going up. But when the numbers are going down, everybody goes hush, hush, and hides. I made that mistake myself. I followed that trend at one point. I was like, holy crap, this is great. Let's tell the world the good news. But then when things went down, I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to eat my own words because I told the world the good news, but I never put context into it. Anyways, let's go into those 5 pieces. Number one, you are to have an accountability partner and make sure it is someone who's willing to elevate and challenge you. It can't be your best friend who's like, it's okay, tomorrow's a new day. No, it's not okay. We're supposed to dominate. We're supposed to work out. We're supposed to do push-ups. We're supposed to prospect. We're supposed to read. We're supposed to do whatever it is that's supposed to elevate and challenge us. Because in life, you either get elevated or terminated. Pick which one you want. And I'm definitely not the one to get terminated. So you need to have an accountability partner that's willing to elevate and challenge you. Number two, goals, short and long term. You have to have goals with a time stamp on them too. No, not I want to be a millionaire. That's one of my goals. Yeah, okay, great. By when? By when? How? With who? Through what? You need to be specific with your goals and write it down. And it's okay if you fall short. And if a goal doesn't scare you, it's not good enough. It has to be such a ridiculously amazing, phenomenal, but scary goal that I'm going to go the distance for it. And if I fall short, I'm still much higher than what I've ever been before. Number three, unplug every 90 days. Every 3 months, just unplug from the world. Just do not disturb signs got to be on your life door. Focus on your wife, on your husband, on your kids, whatever it is that you need to do. Just unplug. The problems will be there, I promise you. The headaches will still be there, I promise you. But you need to unplug. You need to give yourself a little love. You need to recharge your own battery. You recharge every device that you have in your life but your own. I got to recharge my heart. I got to recharge my mind. I got to recharge my relationship. So unplug every 90 days. Number four, get your purpose and your reason why absolutely crystal clear and get your family involved, specifically if you are in a relationship with a significant other. See, the reason why many of us get into head bumping situations with our significant others, because in life, with your significant other specifically, you are two co-creators that come together in order to create something. And then at the beginning of the relationship, when you got together, you had dreams and ambitions, buying a house, traveling, having kids. And then at one point in the relationship, you, not both, just you decided, I want to start this business that I'm super excited about. And you never actually sat down to have a conversation with your significant other about doing it together. Rather, you said, I'm so excited. Can you please support me? Can you please support me? And just out of dreading, they're like, sure, I'll support you. But internally, they never actually cared or were passionate about that project. So when you're like, why aren't you helping me? Because you made a decision to do something that was never part of the plan in the early stages. See, with change always comes change. Sorry, now I'm talking about relationships. But this is what I do. Your strategic partner always try to deliver for you. So you have to involve your significant other, the person in your life in that relationship, in the actual creation process, not just at the end of it. Oh, I'm doing this for you. You're my reason why. They don't know that. You need to include them. Hey, here's why I'm doing this. I want to retire you and I early on. See, they might not get excited about your network marketing business, but they probably could get excited about a common goal about retiring early and traveling the world. If that's the case, that person will support you. But if that's not the case, if they feel your selfish goals are for you, you are the one who wanted the company ring and the company title and become a speaker. They never cared about that. It was never in their roadmap for their career. And you wonder why they're not supporting you. That's a training for another day. Number 5, work on you every single day. Understand that more money is going to bring you more challenges, and you must sharpen the saw every single day in preparation of the next phase. Many people think that money solves all problems. Money definitely makes things a little bit easier, but it won't solve problems. It only brings new ones. But the more money that you have, the easier it becomes for you to fix and solve those problems. But I promise you, they will never go away. And if you have an understanding and a good relationship with money, you will understand that you must maintain a humble relationship with money. I love when Grant Cardone says this best, and he says, always stay broke. And what he means is don't get excited about having cash, always invest it, always put it out there, and not just invest it in properties or things that may have an ROI, invest it in people as well. There's a huge amount of fulfillment that you're going to get when you're investing in helping someone else. And you're doing it already. You might not be investing money, but you're investing time mentoring somebody. Right now, what I'm doing with you right now, it's selfishly for me. When I'm done, I'm like, all right, that was a badass fight. Facebook Live, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you may be watching this from. And I feel good about it, right? It's for me. You just happen to be the beneficiary of my selfish habits. See, it's okay to be selfish. Selfishness has good and bad into it too, right? There's selfish just for me, but selfish for me and you. I'm doing this for me and you. I'm including you, but trust me, it's selfishly for me. I feel good about it when I'm done. But anyways, so have a good relationship with money. Maintain a humble. Here's one thing that I'll tell you when it comes to money, because some of us are scaling up in our businesses, are doing better, and we immediately spend it as it comes. That's bad. Stay in the same lifestyle, and this is the hard part, but if you can overcome this piece right here, my goodness, you will forever be sustained when it comes to cash flow. Stay in the same lifestyle regardless to the income for 3 years in a row. See, if you're making right now $50, $60, $70,000 and you start making $100,000, stay in that lifestyle. And I'm talking about your car, I'm talking about your spending habits, I'm talking about everything. And whether you invest in other businesses or you stack it up or you put it in an S&P 500, which usually on average in the United States anywhere from 6 to 8%, and leave it for long term, right? I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I telling you what to do with your money. I'm just telling you what I've done. Or life insurance and all of its benefits. There are experts that can help you with that, but stay in that lifestyle for 3 years. Once you graduate 3 years in that same exact lifestyle and the money consistently grown, then you can do a little bit of an upgrade and a little bit of a higher lifestyle. It may be a bigger house. It may be a little bit better quality vehicle. It may be coming out of that traditional job or traditional business and going full-time in that gig. Then give yourself another 3 years. But maintain humility, because that will always forever maintain you in a sustained lifestyle. Because you know one thing that I can tell you about business, and you can ask any successful entrepreneur, business is a trader, and it will wait for you in the greatest time in your life where you're thinking everything is perfect. This is never going to stop. And I'm speaking from experience in here, and it will just whip you right across the feet. It will just take everything away from you immediately. And that's the law of the universe, by the way. It's called the law of relativity. When you are hitting your peak at a certain level, the universe is going to come and shake things up a little bit to prepare you for the next level of greatness. That's why some people plateau and then they go backwards and they have a hard time coming back on top again. So maintain a humble lifestyle for 3 years in a row, regardless of the amount of income that comes in. Same exact level of spending, of habits, and everything. And watch the magic happen for you. I hope that this message helped somebody out there. Tag a person who may need to hear this information and let us know if we can be of service to you. My name is Ali Madawi. Visit us at winwithali.com, iam.media. And I understand I have a lot of announcements coming up this upcoming week. Probably the highlight of my career is going to be announced this week. No, I'm not going to be joining as a rep in a network marketing company anywhere. But I will tell you this: it is by far the biggest thing the peak of my career by far, in relationship to my business development since 2017. I'll give you a sneak peek. Since 2017, I've made a decision that I was going to elevate myself and start a consulting firm and start a business development. And, at first it was just me and coaches and students. And then it developed into group coaching. Then it developed into consulting for a few companies. Then it developed into speaking, writing books and blogs and vlogs and podcasts. But it was always a solopreneur lifestyle. Over the last 12 months, about 18 months really, I started hiring and buying. And we expanded Medawi Enterprise into multiple subsidiaries where we have a social media management company. We have a virtual assistant company with 1,100 VAs available to us, where we added a funding partner. We added a PR firm. We added a digital solutions for anything, website development, coding, logos, HTML, SEOs, whatever you could imagine and think of. An event coordinator, partnership that we have, that we can do events up to a whole arena, an audio visual company. So we do AV now for events, and plus the speaking stuff that I personally do, and so much more. And I tell you this as I thought that was the greatest thing ever, and it is, right? We expanded our staff, and we've helped many companies. The last company that we've worked with, when we joined them as a consultant and they used our staff, they were doing 125K a month. Right now, last month, they closed at $1.1 million. And those are results that I'm proud of, that we've done for someone else. Next week, we'll be talking about the next phase of collaboration and partnership with Medawi Enterprise, and potentially actually taking a role as an equity role, and for the first time, talking about possible ownership and kind of taking something and making it our own as well, and taking it to the marketplace. So I'm really excited. I'll be letting you know next week, and I hope the right people are going to see this message, because if you know me, I take care of my people all the time, and I will continue to do so, in conjunction with our partnerships and colleagues and clients that we have in different marketplaces. Our motive is always pure, right? Our motion in action, right? Our motivation. And I hope you are going to be witnessing this Ali the busboy that was just a busboy couple of, 2 years ago, 21 years ago, doing dishwashing and busting tables in restaurants, is probably going to be leading the biggest concept, and taking on a project, and making it a personal project that has empowered 87 Fortune 100 companies for the last 40 years. And I'm personally going to be taking on introducing it to the marketplace, and we have a piece of the pie, so I'm really excited about that. So without any further ado, you're gonna have to wait till next week, but until then, show me some love. Let me know that you got a little bit of nuggets out of this, and until next time,